Yeah.
Welcome to Drum Magazine's Behind the Brand, our way of telling you the stories behind your favorite brands. And today I have an amazing woman. Welcome, Nirasha.
Hi, Kia. Thank you. So my name is Nirasha, and I'm the founder and CEO here at Zoe Beauty. Zoe Beauty is a beauty innovator, so we innovate and manufacture new beauty products. And under Zoe Beauty, we've got our two brands. We've got Sentify and we've got Lash Life.
Yeah, and I think let's start from the beginning,
Okay.
where it all began, right?
Okay.
And you did say that it started in your spare bedroom. I'm more interested in that. What happened? Did you wake up one day and decide, you know what, people need lashes?
I'm an entrepreneur by heart. I've been an entrepreneur my whole entire life. You know how you know you're an entrepreneur by heart, right? When I'm on an airplane or when I'm getting a massage, I'm sitting and thinking, okay, how much fuel would this aircraft use? Okay, there's 100 passengers. Our ticket was 1,000 rand each. 100. Oh, do you think this plane is even making a profit? Even if I'm getting a massage, I'll be asking the therapist, so how many clients did you have today? And she's like, 3. And I'm thinking, oh, shame you didn't make a profit. So as an entrepreneur, you're always looking for ways to make money, right? And especially because I don't come from wealth, so I don't have like inheritance or wealthy parents to support me. So, we have to do what we have to do. I've got kids, and I felt like working a 9 to 5 was never going to, especially, in South Africa, it was not going to give my kids the life that I wanted for them. And I thought that my only opportunity was to start my own business.
And you did mention earlier that you were basically out of work at the time in 2021 when you started
Yes.
Zoe Beauty. What had happened leading you to the point where you don't have work and now you're just like, okay, I need to pull up my big girl socks now?
So by the time I was 24 years old, I got married. I got married young and I was pregnant for my son. This was in 2015. And while I was pregnant, I was 8 months pregnant, and my husband was involved in a car accident and he passed away. So immediately at the age of 24, I'm a single mom. Well, I'm about to be a single mom. And the trauma and the toll that it took on me, it messed up my mental health a lot. It was very traumatic. And so I struggled to work. It was just a constant struggle with myself. I also have ADHD. So it was a bit of a struggle, but entrepreneurship is what I always love to do. So I started many different small businesses. I started being like a laser hair removal therapist for a short while. In fact, there's a beauty salon next door, and I used to rent a little room in there doing laser hair removal. And then COVID hit. And then after COVID hit, I had to close down the little laser hair removal business. And then I was not working. And then I started looking around for what can I do. I started learning how to import. And then I started bringing in these little laser hair removal machines that I was selling. I needed to build an online store, but obviously I didn't have the budget for it. So I started Googling and watching YouTube videos to learn how to build an online store, and I did it by myself. And I started selling these little laser hair removal machines. It didn't really work out because it wasn't such a great product. And but that's how I basically got into looking for products to basically sell to.
And 2021, tell us about that day when you took that leap of faith. What was happening in your spare bedroom? What inspired you in that very moment and you just went all in for it?
Okay. So I love celebrities, right? I'm a fan of the Kardashians. I love them because I feel like they turned Kim's sex tape into a multi-billion rand industry.
I mean,
like how many people have leaked nudes, but it doesn't turn into anything. But if you can make your whole family billionaires, amazing. So I've always been a fan. And I was watching the Met Gala one day, and I noticed these eyelashes that the celebrities were wearing. And then I saw it also in a Vogue magazine article. and I saw the brand tagged there. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. What is this? And then I went looking for it to try to get it for myself. And then when I saw the price, I was like, this is crazy. It would cost like 3,000 Rand to get one set into South Africa. And I was like, and when I realized it's not available there, like entrepreneur alarm bell started ringing in my head, because I love beauty. I love everything about the beauty industry. I love being an entrepreneur. And I felt like, oh, I think that's a product. So I started doing research. And then I realized that this product was not available anywhere in Africa. In fact, it was patented in the USA. But then upon doing more research, I realized that there was no patents in Africa and there was no restrictive trades in Africa. So I, again, Googling, and I found a manufacturer in Korea. At this time, it wasn't being manufactured in China and easily imported to South Africa. So when I found this manufacturer in Korea, they were making these specific lashes, these super thin band lashes in ribbons. And then I started importing it. But I took a chance because I didn't know how to import. I didn't know if the supplier was going to be legit. And so when I found this idea, right, initially, I didn't have any money to get it started. Yeah. So my husband is a mechanic. And at the time, he had this really ugly car. I used to tell him it looks like a serial killer's car. But it's the car he drove when I met him. Yeah. And when I said to him, I said, this idea, I have a gut feeling. You know that feeling in your soul? I was like, this is going to be something. So he sold the car for me. He sold it for 25,000 Rand. And then we sold the wheels separately for 5,000 Rand. And he took all that money and he gave it to me. And he's like, go for it. I took a chance. I imported in the first batch of these lashes in like long ribbons. I used to sit in the spare bedroom with a blade and cut them into individual lash segments. I used to hand cut them. And then I started trying to market them. People would fight with me. How dare you? This is, it's damaging. You can't apply lashes in clusters. Until I started then explaining the science behind it and the method and why is it safe and what's different. And I started getting a few sales here and there. Eventually, when our South African girls started learning about it, before I even know it, it just started going crazy. It's a fabulous product. And you know, when you have a good product, it's so easy to sell. All you need is for people to hear about it. And then from there, the rest is history. It just went crazy.
And I mean, at the time you had already researched how to start a whole online store.
Yes.
And you researched how to import the babies. And now you've basically got the two things that set you off, right? How do you bring them together? Because I mean, that's also the peak of COVID. Do you start selling those eyelashes straight from your spare bedroom, package them and basically deliver them to whoever is ordering on the online store? Or do you basically, I don't know, deliver yourself at the time? Like, how does it then take off from your spare bedroom going forward?
Okay. So I feel like I had an advantage with COVID because after COVID, women were more into DIY beauty, do it yourself at home, because during COVID, nobody could go out to beauty salons. So that gave me an advantage to put this product out into the market that's a DIY, do it yourself at home product. And so how it started was, so I got the products in, I started printing like labels and all of that at Postnet. I bought pink bubble wrap and I bought a heat sealer machine. And I started hand cutting the lashes, packaging them in jars. I used to label the glues, put them together. With the bubble wrap, I used to heat seal them to make like these little packages, put the stuff in, seal them, and then people would place their orders online, and then I would courier them out with the courier guy or whichever courier provider. They used to come collect the packages from my house and deliver them. And because it was small scale, I was sending out like 1 or 2 orders a day. It was manageable and I could do it like that. But even though it started like that, my goal was to never be sitting and cutting eyelashes. I so strongly believe that you need to work on your business and not in your business. Yeah. So as soon as I saw us getting busy, I hired the first lady to then take over the packaging and all of that. As soon as I saw that I can now afford another staff member, I hired the next person and the next person. Currently, as I'm sitting here, I don't have to do anything at Lash Life. It runs like a well-oiled machine. I have the best staff. What I do here is the creative. I'm developing new products, coming up with new ideas, posting social media. It's so fun. I feel like I'm living my dream job here. It is so much of fun. Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to get to a point where, to that point where you mention of you're developing the brand outside of just it being Lash Life, right?
Yes.
But now let's talk about hiring that first staff member. And you do say that your staff members really didn't have experience before Lash Life. So how did you go about hiring and seeing potential and training yourself and then having them to basically run it for you?
So for me, as an entrepreneur, the most important thing to possess, and I believe you could never be a successful entrepreneur, and that is faith. You have to have faith. Faith in God, faith in people. You need to be able to trust. Because, I mean, if you're an entrepreneur without faith, it would be hell, because every month you're stressing, am I going to make enough to pay my bills? Am I going to... But once you have faith, it's easy to put your trust in God and people. So when it was time to hire my first lady, and that was Portia, I was actually on I was on the community group on Facebook, and I was just scrolling to see who's looking for a job, and I saw this lady, Hadia Mofokeng, and I was like, okay, she looks nice, and I phoned her. I was like, hi, my name is Nirasha, and are you looking for a job? This is what I do. You're probably not going to understand it because it's something brand new, but do you want to come? And then she came to me the first day, and this was still at my house, and she caught on. Because it's a new concept and a new system, we're lucky that we can teach it to anybody. There's nobody who has experience in this field because it's something so new. So once Porsche started, she started helping me to package orders and all of that, and I started teaching her how to hand cut the eyelashes. Currently, Porsche is in charge of all our production. So she does the eyelash cutting, packaging. Well, we don't cut them here anymore now because we're selling so many. We moved the cutting to China. So, but that's what Porsche started doing, is the cutting, the labeling, the packaging, and she just caught on. Wadza was my mom's domestic worker when I was in high school. However, Wadza has always been the most phenomenal, intelligent, hardworking woman. And you know how I gauge if someone's going to be a good fit for this business is by seeing what do they do in their everyday lives. Every single woman here is a provider, someone that takes care of family, they take care of their parents, they take care of their siblings. And you know, when somebody has that responsibility in life, our drive and everything to work and to make a living is just different. And that is how I put my faith in them, knowing Wadza takes care of her family, her parents, Rebecca takes care of and us all together with the same goal. And we all love beauty, but we all have a responsibility, and we all come together to work hard to make this business successful, because it's going to be beneficial for all of us. Yes. So that's basically how I started getting my staff in here.
And you are learning as you go with the lash business as well. And in your learning, you also kind of in your research, that is, you also come across the difference between the lashes. And when you try to explain to me, I was just like, Nirasha, that's so confusing. So I think let's break it down. Maybe everyone that's watching is going to understand it better than I do. But what was the difference between that you basically wanted to bring into the industry with your lashes? Because we already had salon lashes and all of that. Can we just differentiate between all of those and why Lash Life is the place to get your lashes, your extension lashes? Yeah.
Okay, so Before Lash Life, there were actually 3 different types of lashes in the market. There was strip lashes, that's the lashes that you put glue on and they stick on top of your lid. There was salon individual lash extensions. So you go to a salon, you lay down for about 2 hours, and a trained lash tech will isolate each lash and place a single extension on that lash. However, in salon, they use a glue that is cyanoacrylate based. Cyanoacrylate is basically the scientific name for super glue. So cyanoacrylate produces a fume called formaldehyde, which is also a carcinogen, so cancer causing. A lot of people cannot do salon lash extensions because their eyes are too sensitive. Also, salon extensions are quite expensive. It could cost about 500 Rand for a set like what I'm wearing now. It would cost about 500 Rand and it takes about 2 hours. Also, you have to find a professional trained lash tech because you're working with cyanoacrylate based glue so close to the eye. And then also you had magnetic lashes where you would do the magnetic liner on the top and stick the lashes that had little magnets on it.
Yes.
Okay. Strip lashes and magnetic lashes you wear for the day. Salon lash extensions, after every 2 weeks you would go for a fill. Salon lash extensions are also quite damaging to your natural lashes. So this is where Lash Life comes in. Okay. Lash Life looks like individual salon lash extensions, okay? You don't see the strip on top or the black line from the magnetic.
Don't.
No.
I really don't, yeah.
So there's nothing on top, okay? These lashes have been specifically designed to look like individual salon lash extensions, but they are quick to apply. So instead of laying for 2 hours, you do it yourself in 10 to 15 minutes. They look very natural. They are non-damaging because we do not use cyanoacrylate-based glue. The glue is safe for sensitive eyes. It does not contain cyanoacrylate, formaldehyde, or latex. So the glue is safe and non-damaging. And then the lashes themselves last up to 7 days. We suggest using it 2 to 5 days, and that's to maintain optimum natural lash health. So Lash Life does not cause any damage to your natural lashes. It's quick to apply. It looks like you've been to the salon. And the best part is it's very affordable. And even better, Lash Life is reusable. So after you've had your lash extensions, you remove them and you clean them, keep them aside, and reuse them whenever you're ready to reuse them again. So basically, it's every little problem that we had with all the other lashes on the market that we solved with one lash product.
And you said it's the first kind of system, lash system that is, in Africa.
Yes.
So this is where it comes in, where all this whole time in Africa we've had these different kinds of lashes,
Yes.
but Lash Life is the first where you don't have to worry about going blind, basically.
Yes.
In simple terms. And you also have some achievements down your sleeve. In just 2 years, when you told me what you've achieved, it's incredible. I don't want to spoil it, so I think do the honors. What have you achieved through this business in the 2 years that it's been operational?
So, wow, when I think about it, it makes me so emotional. So I have to try not to cry. But
It's a safe space.
within these last 2 years, so like I said, Lash Life started in the spare bedroom, basically with nothing. It was just a dream and taking a chance. But I knew the potential of this amazing product. And all along, I've been emailing, trying to get through to Discam and Clicks and the ARC store and We Are Egg. Nobody was getting back to me. Nobody got back to me. And eventually now, 2 years down the line, when Lash Life became such a well-known brand in South Africa, I decided to take the chance again. So I started Googling who is the supply development manager at Clicks. And I found this guy's name and surname. So I then started emailing, okay? His name was Jeremy Bruce. So his name dot surname at clicks.com. Name surname at clicksgroup.co.za. J surname. So I sent like 50 emails, like with different, because I didn't know what was his email.
Yeah.
And then I was doing this at 2:00 in the morning one night. And then I forgot about it. And then a few weeks ago, I would say, about a month ago, I get an email. This guy is now the supplier development executive at Clicks. He received my mail and he forwarded it to the supply development manager and said, look at this lady. Did you check out this brand? Please get into contact. One of those emails that I sent reached the right person. And so Clicks got into contact with me, and they were quite excited about our product. Besides just having a fabulous product, it's also the brand. Yeah. Lash Life is not just a product. Our brand is like a sisterhood. So all of our customers, we live every single night on TikTok, and everybody's there. Everyone's communicating. They're sharing lash ideas. We've got a group on Facebook. So it's become a community, like a lash lifestyle. And so it's more than just a fabulous product. So when Clicks got into contact with us and we did our proposal, one of the things that we highlighted is that beside this fabulous product, it's amazing, but it's more than just the product. It's the brand, it's the girls behind it, it's the experience, These days, everyone wants to be part of a brand with a good identity, good social responsibility. We do our charity. We involved in the hashtag Keep a Girl Child that's in school. Yeah. In December, we donated reusable sanitary pads to all the girls at a school in El Dorado Park. So that's what we do, more than a brand. And when Clicks heard of all of this and they heard of us, they were really taken aback. And then we got into contact. I met their whole supplier development team. We had to tweak some of the packaging to send to them, because right now packaging is not retail ready. Mm. So I had to send them examples and I had to send them samples of packaging and all of that. And so we just sent those on Friday. And so we're just waiting for their feedback. And hopefully within the next year, Lash Life will be in all 800 Click stores across South Africa. That's the dream.
Yeah, and that calls for a celebration. And we did say that we're gonna get into basically how you developed Zoe Beauty beyond just Lash Life, and basically going into Sentify. Tell us more about that. I think that one is more me.
Okay.
Than the lash, because I have a tomboy side that just decides, yeah.
So once I realized how successful Lash Life is because of its innovation. It's not successful just because it's another beauty brand or another beauty product. It's successful because of the innovation behind it. It's something new. It's something different. I also realized the importance of amazing quality, affordable products for our South African sisters. A lot of us, let's be honest, cannot afford 1,000 Rand at the ARC store every single month.
Yes.
So, and just because we cannot afford luxury beauty does not mean we only want to wear stuff from China Mall. So this is where Zoe Beauty came in, and I realized that there's a huge gap in the market for innovative beauty, but also with the shopping experience, with the brand identity, with our consumers feeling like they are part of our sisterhood. And that is where the idea of Sentify came in. So I was looking for a new and innovative beauty product, and then I thought, okay, perfume. I was looking at what is it that our girls love that is usually unaffordable. And then I thought, okay, perfume, skincare, body butters. And then I thought, okay, what if we combined all of them? So then we have, instead of just a eucalyptus scented body butter, how about a body butter that smells like the dupe of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue? And then beside the fabulous product and the amazing perfume, the price point. We need to price it so that we cater to all our South African sisters. Because again, just because you cannot afford 1,000 Rand product doesn't mean you need China Mall stuff. So you get a beautiful product, great quality, a great shopping experience. You're receiving your cute pink bubble wrap packages. So that is basically how Centify started. Basically just looking at what is there, how can we innovate, how can we make it different, and then how can we develop it, but develop it with our South African sisters and their budgets in mind. Because that's the most important thing. You can make phenomenal products, but what about our girls here? Who's going to buy it?
Yes.
It's for the majority of us girls here.
Customizing it for the sister market in South Africa. And I must say, I tried it and the shea butter is treating my skin good. I think then, now that you look back and you see how far you've come, I know you don't want to get emotional. I know. I'm trying not to make you emotional. But seeing how far you've come, what would you say were the toughest lessons you've had to learn in this business, and basically the challenges that you had to conquer no matter what to get to where you are as the Nirasha CEO and founder of Zoe Beauty that we know now?
So, to be quite honest, I've been very blessed along this journey because the struggles that I had was not a lot. People say that when you start a business, it takes 2 years to start to make a profit. I honestly didn't experience that. And I believe the reason I didn't is because I had a new and innovative and great product. Once you've got a good product, the rest is so easy. One of the challenges that I did face, because it is such an amazing product, customers were purchasing, and a lot of them, I think there's been about 4 of our customers who were like, wow, this is so amazing, let me replicate it. So in the beginning, I actually had a problem where I would find, so after Lash Life started, and within the first year, it started becoming popular because once China gets wind of anything, they can start mass producing, and so customers would buy our products, love it so much, and then go ahead and just replicate the whole thing. In fact, they were copying like word for word from our website, pasted onto their website. Wow. So that was a challenge that I was having. But then there comes a time in business where you cannot take everything the legal route. Because like, for example, if you see on our wall outside, it says, "Welcome to the Lash Revolution." And recently, a brand started selling similar products and they trademarked the Lash Revolution. Even though we've been using it for 2 years, our mistake was not trademarking because, when we started, our budgets were small. And then I realized, you can go the legal route and try to fight it. But then I also realized in business, and especially now because our customers are so involved in the actual business more than just the product, legalities and morals and ethics. Sometimes you don't have to always go the legal route. Sometimes morals and ethics are more important. And our customers realize that. Our customers see values, morals, and ethics more than they see the legalities behind it. So I stopped fighting. I stopped reacting. I mean, even if someone is replicating us, they're going to look scammy and dodgy. And our as long as we remain authentic, and have our morals and ethics and values, we don't need to then even pay attention to what's going on the side. But for me, that has actually been just the only, I would call it a speed bump. It wasn't really, a hurdle. No. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I love your story so much. I love your story so much because it basically shows us that when and if you believe in the product that you're making and you're taking out to the world, everything else just falls into place. Everything else just finds its way and its place in life, and you just stay cruising. Right? But for anyone that's basically starting off in this entrepreneurial journey and they don't really have much faith to go by and they want to get to where you got in like 2 years' time, what would you say to them?
Wow. And maybe my advice would be a bit unconventional. My secret to success, and if anyone has to ask me what is my secret to success, it is giving, okay? I'm Christian, and the Bible says, give and it will be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together. For the same measure that you give will be measured back to you. Now, giving does not always have to be monetary. As an entrepreneur, in your giving, we basically mean that whoever interacts with your business has to also be benefiting from it. So when you have a fabulous product, you are giving a fabulous, even though your customers are paying for it, they are benefiting from a fabulous product. You're not just trying to scheme and scam and sell them something quickly on the side. You're actually selling a benefit of a product. And then you've got your staff. You need to pay your staff well. For example, my staff here, because it's winter, we only start work at 9:30, so you don't have to wake up early in the morning in the cold. So our staff benefit from it. And then also like physically giving. Once you start a business, the goal in life when you are earning an income is to help others.
Yeah.
I so strongly believe that we're not here to just become millionaires for ourselves. It's our social responsibility. We are placed in a position to be a successful entrepreneur so that you are then in a position to help others. So with that comes the your social responsibility, giving back to your community. For us, even girls having their matric dances, if someone's getting married, Lash Life donates. Like we'd have like random times where we would post on our socials, 5 girls, if you need money if you're going for an interview, if you've got students, something, we have 5,000 Rand, 5 of you, send us an email, let's do something. So I believe that is the secret to being a successful entrepreneur, is not being selfish in your entrepreneur journey. And within your business, make sure that whoever is interacting with your business is benefiting, you giving, you helping, you sharing. And also in that way, everyone who's working with you or even your customers, everyone gives their best and puts in their best because nobody's losing out. It's beneficial for everybody. And once you have that business model, it is so easy. It is the easiest thing. You'll make money in your sleep, really.
And in 5 to 10 years' time, where do we see ourselves? I mean, definitely in all the 800, more than 800 click stores, definitely. That's ticked off the list. What else are we looking at getting?
I'm looking into developing more brands under the Zoe Beauty brand. So I'm always looking for problems. I'm always looking for problems within the beauty industry, and I'm always trying to solve those problems. And within 5 to 10 years, I believe that we won't just be Lash Life and Centify. We'll probably have a makeup line underneath us. I'm even thinking of like a press-on nail line. But I believe that Zoe Beauty is going to be the biggest beauty manufacturer in the country. I see us with a big warehouse. I see us having a team of only phenomenal women working for us. I see us empowering so many women who didn't have any experience prior. I see us winning multiple awards. I mean...
yeah, and more covers.
More covers, more everything.
Yes.
And also being stocked in retail around the country. I really think that this is going to be something amazing. And I can't wait for every single woman that's a part of Zoe Beauty to share their testimony, because I feel like everyone who's going to be part of working with this brand, their work experience is going to be a life testimony for them, and it's going to be fabulous. And I mean, already if you ask any of my staff here if they ever imagined they would be working in this company, earning this salary, doing something that they love, they would tell you never. What's our jokes that she's now the rich auntie in her family? So I mean that's the goal. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're more than just a brand. We want to have a footprint across South Africa, and especially with our sisters, especially for girls who do not come from wealth. Us girls who come from regular homes. I mean, some girls come from less than ideal circumstances, and I, more than just being a brand, I wanna we want to be this inspiration, should I call it, just for girls to know that you are flipping capable of anything. Like, look at us. I was a widow at the age of 23. I was unemployed. Wadza was a domestic worker. Rebecca was a cashier at the butcher up the road. Porsche was working in a call center. And together, we are running South Africa's biggest beauty manufacturer in the next 5 years. That is it for me. That is it. And the whole team of girls that we have with us, that is. Oh, I get goosebumps thinking about it.
So sorry. And that is such a beautiful thing to see that life has changed for so many people around you, just as much as it has changed your life.
Absolutely.
But now that it is Women's Month, what would you say is Lash Life's way of basically trying to change the lives of all the women out there who really just want to look good and basically slay their lashes,
of course,
on a budget, of course. What would you say Lash Life is trying to change for them?
So Lash Life gives women this fabulous product that's affordable, beautiful, revolutionary. Over and above that is the shopping experience. When you shop online at Lash Life, deliveries are free on starter kits. Your deliveries are insured. So if anything goes wrong, customer care will respond to you immediately. If anything goes wrong with your package, we send over a brand new package. If a customer is struggling to apply their lashes, we'll do a one-on-one video call session with you. You get your cute little pink packages delivered within 2-3 days of purchasing. So it's also, service that you get. And I know it sounds a bit funny, but when people don't have that much of money and you're purchasing stuff that are cheap, the customer service behind it and the way that you treat it as the consumer who's buying something affordable, you don't get the same treatment like you would get when you go to a Gucci store and they're giving you a glass of champagne and they're treating you like royalty. Us here, even though our products are affordable and if the purchase is only 200 Rand, our girls are treated like royalty here. From the customer experience to everything. I mean, everything. So the luxury of the luxury of an amazing product, but also the luxury of the shopping experience, the customer service, the sisterhood, the everything that goes into buying and using a product, if that makes sense.
Yes. The face behind the maker of rich aunties, Nirasha, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another episode of Drum Magazine's Behind the Brand, where we have brought you yet another story of an amazing, phenomenal entrepreneur who basically is the brain and the hands, actual hands, behind Zoe Beauty, Lash Life, and Sanctified, and many more to come, that you're basically going to have access to at over 800 click stores around the country. That is it for me for today. And I am Khosatsana Yabakoli, and this was Nirasha's story.